Hi everyone, Bruce Wards here. Archimedes crater, beautiful live view. Now listen up guys. The clouds on the surface of the moon is what's causing it to look gray, and the walls of the craters are elevated and are over the clouds, just in the clouds. At the bottom base of the craters, that's where the cloud covering is beginning. And the crafts, UFOs, land and go underneath that cloud cover, and that's when we're starting to see lights on the surface from objects. These white objects are often talked about by NASA, but now look here to the right of Plato Crater. I'll get a circle around it. Inside this circle, this object, I looked close up. It was oscillating. It almost looked like a waterfall or steam coming out of a pipe. Over here, we see an object with a pipe going into the ground. Almost looks like a dome with a tunnel that leads in the surface. This is all proof that in live footage, without even tampering anything or editing it, we can clearly see man-made objects or alien-made. The blurry patches around Archimedes crater could be clouds, storms. We're looking at clouds right now, actually, and or smoke or haze, of course, but it's on the surface. Again, this is live footage, and we're seeing smoke or clouds on the surface of the moon. You can see the structures begin to appear underneath it when you look closely and slow it down. It doesn't take a genius to know that the lights on the surface that we're seeing are probably indicators for the flying craft to land. The first time I heard anyone talk about atmosphere on the moon, on the lunar surface, was John Lear. And it fascinated me. I said, how the hell can there be an atmosphere up there? How can there be someone else there and nobody knowing it? Just because of this simple problem that's happening is that when we get to the surface, we say, oh, it's great. That's it. It ends there. Case closed. It could be bloody clouds, and the whole entire surface could be under the gray surface. Guys, you want to laugh? What is everyone in the world, all of our lives, what have we been saying? What do you hear about what's obstructing our view on the surface? Well, it's a haze, right? We're always saying, oh, there's a haze, or there's a veil, or, well, it's cloud cover. So did you guys see the surface? You just saw the surface of the moon with a bit of clouds over it. You did see the green underneath. Come on, guys. You were seeing the block structuring appear. It's there. The proof is there. Rewind a couple of frames back, about a minute back, and look at the beautiful surface. These lights are appearing on the surface. The UFOs are landing. They're going under the surface. Glance your eyes on the surface of the moon. The blues, the oxygens, the greens, the vegetation possibly, under the clouds, the structuring. Guys, see, we just saw, whoa, that was a cloud lunar wave, right? Oh my goodness, okay, the cloud just rolled on by, and you know what? These clouds are going by pretty fast because this is really slow motion. Guys, do you know how close we are? Do you know how close we are to seeing everything? Well, I've showed it anyways, but clearly and in live footage, we're close, guys. The colors are coming up. The proof of what I've been trying to tell you guys, the colorful surface of the moon, it's actually coming to surface, to light in live footage. We're seeing it here live. We're seeing UFOs flying through the surface clouds on the lunar surface. That's beautiful. One person this week told me the moon could be heaven. Well, here's beyond the gates of Eden. What you're looking at right now is an actual surface when the clouds moved over after the craft went by. Look, I believe there's vegetation on the surface amongst buildings, the cloud cover. This is beautiful. For me, it was a split second that I prolonged in slow motion to be able to show you guys what's going on. Look at the cloud cover over the lunar surface, the colors. What's missing? We see movement, we see greenery, we see clouds. What does it take? Watch as we're approaching Archimedes crater. Okay, I'm dead on with Cassini crater. You'll see dead center will be zooming into Cassini as we're passing Archimedes here. Plato crater up to the north, well, from where we are here, up top left. Watch what the screen does. Watch what the colors do. See it busting through? It's the color. See the green surface? See the reds, pinks, all these colors? There's color on the surface. There's possibly an atmosphere. And here are your clouds. All right, guys? Can you see it? Now, I'm trying to show many ways, show you guys the surface. I mean, that's what's going on. The cloud cover is the reason for every single problem that a camera has to be able to view the surface. Now you're going to witness 2 UFOs, maybe 3. One looks like his shadow's on the ground, that close. If not, there's 3 here. This is right under Mare Serenitatis, and it's going right now to cross over and along Montes Apenninus, right where I say the bridges are, that we can see right now. This is, wow. Like a movie, right? But it's actually reality. We're seeing it with our own eyes. But do you understand how close to the surface this is? That it was at light speed. Nobody would have ever seen this unless zooming up and slowing down this short clip and then finding it first and then adding contrast to try to get it seen. Under Montes Apenninus, we see another UFO or 2 going by. Here's another 2 UFOs going by. And there's actually 3. But he's plunged under the... Watch the 3rd one come up right there. There we go. And see the color on the surface? We are looking at surface color. And the telescope's busting between getting the clouds and getting the color, and it's trying to shift. And it's real. We could see 1, 2 UFOs here. As we're strolling by, just under Cassini crater. Look as we get in close, okay? Look at the bottom left here. Look what wants to appear. The colorful surface, guys. It's real. It's there. Interesting things. The smoke billowing from the side of Plato crater. The color on the surface. The UFOs, unidentified, flying objects flying by. The lights, which I now believe is cloud cover that we see in the blue there in the top left purple. Of course, if the light's billowing that wide, well, the cloud cover is going to give back a light, the bluish light. Things are making a lot of sense. You can see on the bottom here in slow motion in Plato crater, as we zoom in, the color that's there, the movement, the light, the oscillation, it all makes sense. To show you the seriousness of it all, look at the UFO that just came out of the crater there. There's the first one as it's going by. The other one's longing the ridge. I'll get an arrow, I'll get a circle up over it. Bottom right, you can see it there, right there. A bigger craft, you could tell it's bigger too because they're basically close to one another. Now here it is as it's coming up in the north side. Now where's the other one? It's still here and it's also coming up here. This is more proof, guys. There it is crossing over the white area. Mark Bradley, thanks so much for the generous donation. we're that much closer, brother, to, you surprised me, by the way. We're that much closer to getting the observatory. Thanks for being a part of this team, man.